30.
30 seconds or more.
At the same time. Yes.
This is the Red Bar.
Hello and welcome to Red Barn Radio. I'm Brad Becker, the host of our program. Red Barn Radio is now in its 18th broadcast season, and this is show number 696. Well, it says 6, but I guess it's 697, our producer is saying. Well, it says, it says 697 at the top of our script, but the main thing is we've got a great show planned for you, and we're glad you're here with us. To keep our staff and our musical guests safe, we will continue to abide by state and local guidelines concerning cleanliness and personal protective equipment. For now, our Wednesday performances, as you might be able to tell, will take place without a live in-studio audience. And now, folks, please welcome to the Red Barn stage, Walter DeBarr.
There's a cold one's on its way. Lord, I'm on my way. And I can feel it in my bones. The world's done smiling. And I can hear it when she calls my name. I ain't done trying. Lord, I'm on my way. I'm not far from home. Lord, I'm on my way. Not far from home, Lord, I'm on my way. Lord, I'm on my way. I'm not far from home, Lord, I'm on my way.
Thank you guys so much.
Good evening, and welcome to Red Barn Radio. Wherever in the world you're listening, welcome to the music of Kentucky. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn Radio's official radio partner. NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. Red Barn Radio is supported by Visit Lex, Lexington, Kentucky's Convention and Visitors Bureau. More information on what Lexington has to offer is at visitlex.com. Lex Arts, Lexington, Kentucky's Arts Council, creating a great American city inspired by the arts. Chef Greg Scott and Broussard's Delta Kitchen, featuring authentic flavors of New Orleans and the Mississippi Delta on Main Street in historic Georgetown, Kentucky. Broussard's is on Facebook. And ACCUPRINT, providing printing, design, and fulfillment. Online at accuprint.us. Follow Red Barn Radio on Twitter and hopefully like us on Facebook. Here's the host of Red Barn Radio to tell us more about tonight's performers.
On the Red Barn stage tonight is Walter DeBarr. Walter's not a man who has ever played by the rules. His songs are colored by early punk influences and his grandma's gospel music, which combines soulful singing and old-time West Virginia finger-picking. Walter's music reaches into a deep and truthful place, and we're looking forward to getting into that place tonight. With Walter on stage are Pamela Kesling singing, MacLean James on lead guitar, Cameron Miller on drums, Stephen Schumann on cello, and J.D. Thomas on bass. Please welcome back Walter DeBarr and his band to the Red Barn stage.
Thank you. So my name is Walter DeBarr, and these are the boys and the lady. The last song we just played is Lord, I'm on My Way. It's a song about being on your last leg. I guess that's sort of what I'd say. But never giving up. Something I think we should all focus on doing. So, did I just go ahead and play the next song? So the title of this next song are These Hands, These Eyes. The song's about growing old with somebody you love.
I know it gets harder. Hell, I was born in a storm. You said you just feel lost, child. If you just come back home, these hands, these eyes, they're meant for loving you. You said you just feel lost, child. Oh, hell, we all do at times. You said your heart's been broken. If breaking hearts worth crying, these hands, these eyes, they're meant for loving you. Yeah, I know it gets harder. Hell, I was born in a storm. Baby, I think you feel better if you just come back home. These hands, these eyes, that made me love you.
Good. So the title of that song was These Hands, These Eyes. It's about growing. I actually wrote that song for this girl standing right beside me. but- Yeah, it's a little silly out there, but you know. So the title of the next song is We Fall, We Break. This is the title track off our first and only EP we have out right now. The title of the song is We Fall, We Break. It's about getting in trouble.
Mama said the law came again. She said, I ain't seen him, he's out with his friend. Your daddy wouldn't dare give him a name. He said, it's this whole damn world to blame. We fall and we break and we all make mistakes. We fall and we break and we all make mistakes. Mama could never keep us around. As soon as we could, we made our way downtown. You're fighting and cussing, speeding with the bull. Anything we could do to make her know. We fall and we break and we all make mistakes. We fall and we break and we all make mistakes. We fall and we break and we all make mistakes. We fall and we break and we all make mistakes. Thank you, guys. So the title of that song is We Fall, We Break. The next song we're playing, we're going to play for, well, talk a little bit about We Fall, We Break. My parents didn't like seeing me going to jail. So they would, they'd tell the cops I wasn't there. Back when I was a heathen. So the title of this next song is What I'm Dreaming Of. I
think. Is that the next one?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We're just gonna get right to it, I reckon. Hope some of you guys are out there with us. We can't see you. I see email and password though. I'm not sure if. So, title of this next song is What I'm Dreaming Of.
Heaven, I made my way back in again. The Lord said he'd be my best friend, but I took Ted and ran away again. But what I'm dreaming of, Lord, it just ain't love. I swear I left it upstairs with them angels up above. Lord, give me shelter, for I have sinned. I've been known to run and run again and again. Lord, give me shelter, for I have sinned. I've been known to run and run again and again. Rain away again. You're what I'm dreaming of. Lord, it just ain't love. I swear I left it upstairs with them angels up above. You're what I'm dreaming of. Lord, it just ain't love. I swear I left it upstairs with them angels up above.
Thank you guys. We hope some of you guys are with us. We're here at Red Barn Radio. We've been dying to get here. We had a show booked back in April, but due to pandemic,
Like old coronavirus.
old COVID-19, old Roner, we're just now getting here, but we're fortunate and we are grateful.
Maybe there's a time.
Maybe there's a time. You guys remember this one? So this song's about, well, the title of it's Maybe There's a Time. And this song's about seeing all those people that have left us for the stars again one of these days. I think we're going to see them somehow. They might not look the same, but. So the title of this next song is Maybe There's a Time.
Yeah, I've walked every lonely street, staring at my feet. I thought God and everyone had given up on me. Maybe there's a time and a place I'll see your face. Yeah, I made a wish on a shooting star. I could be where you are. And I remember the look in your eyes. Lord, it caught me by surprise. Maybe there's a time and a place I see your face. Yeah, I've walked every lonely street, staring at my feet. I thought God and everyone had given up on me. Maybe there's a time and a place I see your face.
Hey folks, Walter DeBarr is with us tonight on Red Barn Radio. Walter and his stage mates and soulmate come to us from Charleston, West Virginia and Ironton, Ohio, which I see is not far from Ashland, and I learned just this evening that Ironton has a new bridge. So if you're, so if you happen to be traveling on 64 East or West and see that Ironton exit, I'm under the impression it's worth getting off for to see that blue bridge, and also under the impression if you're there at the right time of the night, you'll see it maybe from 64, if not further. Maybe you can see it from your own home, wherever you are. It sounds very bright and very exciting. So, Walter just released a single called "Eyes to the Sky." Beautiful tune. I know he's going to play later on. Walter, as he mentioned, also has a 6-song EP. They're both available on Spotify and I assume multiple other platforms.
Yes.
And with no further ado, welcome Walter and welcome all of you. It's great to have you all here, and it's been fun hanging out with you before we got busy here. So Walter, there are a couple things that really give me a lot of joy tonight being here with you. One is that we met, before all of this stuff happened, and I feel like, it's been great just to have that connection over distance. Right. And to see you is great. It's great to share your music with some new audiences, and then, as I've learned about you and gotten to know you, I see too that you've really you've really climbed a mountain to get to this music, and you made the choice to reboot your life. Following lots of challenges that you had. And so I'm really looking forward to talking about some of those things. I guess if listeners want to know all the details of all the challenges and so forth, they can use modern technology and Google to find that out. But we'll just talk about maybe the part of your story that I think can uplift anyone, and it's that like transformation that you went through after you were in prison, and that enabled you to sort of begin again, which is just awesome. So tell folks about at the time when you were done in prison and you were moving on, where did you go from there, and how did you take care of yourself after you got out of prison?
Oh, that's a really good question, Brad.
Yeah.
So when I got out, I ended up in Beckley, West Virginia, at this it's a recovery house. It's actually an in-treatment house for substance abuse therapy and recovery, and it's the Southern West Virginia Fellowship Home, man. And I met some really good guys there. They took me in straight out of prison on parole, and they helped me figure out what was important to me in life, and they helped me. I mean, really, they helped me learn how to love again, man. Learn myself, and in turn love others. I was in recovery for a long time. It's been a few years, actually. And I mean, from where I was before then, I'm lucky to be alive. But when I got out this time, I just had a different outlook. I was gone for a couple years, and I don't know. It seems like the most beautiful people they're in my path these days, man. And I don't know what it is. I'm lucky. I've never been more grateful than in my life. I just have this overwhelming amount of gratitude, man. To have these guys with me is just to have met Pamela. I mean, I was sitting in a concrete cell thinking about how ruthless I was going to be when I got out. And when I did, like, everything makes me cry now, man. Nothing is as it was when I got locked up. I'm an entirely different person, man, and it's all thanks. All thanks go to recovery and the music.
Yeah. Well, you say you're lucky to be surrounded by such great, loving people, but it's probably that very thing that you said. That you have gratitude that attracts people to you. Because grateful people are attractive. Yeah. And and so I think you deserve the people who surround you.
Thank you. So much.
Yeah. Did you start to play guitar before you were incarcerated or during?
Before.
Yeah?
Before, yeah. I was about 16, and I picked up this little old piece of junk guitar, and I drag it around with me everywhere. I had no idea what I was doing. I still don't know the names of all the chords or anything. I just beat on it. Luckily, all these guys know. They'll be like, Greg, they'll be like, Walter, that's the wrong. You're playing in the wrong key. I'm like, what do you mean, dude? I wrote this song. But I will be playing in the wrong key. What I mean? So it's ridiculous. But yeah, I started playing before, man. And actually, when I got to Huttonsville Correctional Facility, I got 8 guitars donated. And there's some guys in there that have been aching to play music, and we worked it out. We got some guitars in there, and so I got to play while I was there, So it was cool.
Huh.
I still couldn't find my voice though. It took forever. It took me getting to that halfway house and being surrounded by people I didn't think were gonna judge me, and I found my voice in that halfway house, man. After I got out of prison, about 2 weeks into freedom. I found my voice in that house. It was crazy.
And so before that time, had you ever, you had not seen yourself as a singer?
No, I would try, and every once in a while I'm still like, man, I can't believe people like my voice. Like, it's crazy. But it's just that, impending, that fear of being judged that I guess we all get at some point, you know what I mean? So, did not sing before that.
Well, the fear a lot of singers, I think, have is that someone is going to feel like they're mimicking someone else, and that's not the case with you. You have a uniquely, Walter voice and expression, and So I mean, people might say, I read what people say.
Yeah.
Reviewers were always inclined to go like, oh, Tom Waits and this kind of thing, just because we can't find anybody else that to go there with. But you have a really unique expression. I think that I was talking with some privately with some of the members of your ensemble here before the program. And we were talking about lyrics, you know, and you know how important your lyrics are, and yet you know, in the past we used to be able to look on liner notes and see those lyrics and read along while a person sings.
Yeah.
I want that.
That's something we need to do. We need to put the lyrics out there so everyone can see it. But I've never written them down. Unless
There's nothing written down.
nothing's written down.
Oh.
No, I'll just get shot. That's why I stutter so much, because there's so much going on up there.
This is the most of our music that's ever been written
Yeah,
down.
this set list.
Well, I guess that's nice. If nothing's
But
written
I've written
down,
them
you
down
won't have
for
to.
people. People would ask me if I would write them down for them for some money, and I was like, yeah, why would I not? And so you know, I'll write the lyrics down and sign it and send it to him. But aside from that, never written any lyrics down.
Well, listen, I mean, I don't know. Just my take. I'd love to see him on
Yeah,
your
yeah,
website
that's
because
definitely
you know you've got some really rich messages and stuff going on in your songs, and
Right.
yeah, I think it'd be great to read along. Hey, could we go back to talking a little bit about sort of recovery and addiction? You know, you know, I've heard you know, addicts speak of addiction as being sort of like this relentless wanting, and the death of a parent is always difficult for anyone, regardless of your relationship with that parent. It's always difficult. But you had a relationship with your mother. Obviously, it was very close, and that was a challenge, one of the early challenges you faced, right?
Yeah.
It was the passing of your mom. Can you talk about sort of your mom and how she shaped you, and also your grandma too? You can
Oh, yeah.
weave these things together.
Yeah.
with-
My mom was the man. She would. But seriously, my mom was off the chain. She was hilarious. She was the funniest person I've ever met in my life, but she was always so optimistic. You know, she never done drugs in her life, never smoked cigarettes, never drank, and she just took care of us 4 kids. You know, and she was there with us. It was her and myself at first, and then my little brother came. You know, and then I had a couple little sisters, but when it was just her and me, I remember a little bit. She would always sing to me, and that's something I've never really told anyone. Like, I never really talk about it, but she would always sing to me. You know, sing me to sleep, sing to me when I was blue. You know, she would hold me, but she instilled a moral compass that I lost track of during addiction, but I'm starting to find again. And she was just amazing. My grandmother played hymns. She used to play old gospel hymns, and she used to look at me. I mean, all of us kids would be there, but she'd always look at me. I swear, it was the craziest feeling. Like, every time I think about it, I get chills. But she used to look at me, and then we eventually started talking about it. I have her guitar now that she left me, but and my grandfather just passed. What did he say? He said he told Pamela and I went to see him. He asked me to bring my grandmother's guitar out there and play it for him one last time. The doctor said that they found cancer and he had 5 or 6 months tops left. And he told us, he's like, I was talking to him about how he felt about leaving, and he was like, well, Gregory, I gotta go get your grandma before somebody else gets to her. He said, I got a woman out there I gotta go get before somebody else gets her. And she's gone, you know, she's passed. So he was just being, and sure enough, about a week later, he was gone. And I just couldn't have asked for better parents or grandparents. You know, I was really, really lucky. My real dad, my biological father, died in '89 in a car wreck, and so John Wayne Coon has been my dad since I was 1 year old. Yeah, I'm black, and the dude's last name is Coon. It was rough. It was rough. It was rough. I grew up in a really small country town, a little fishing community. I got beat up a lot. It was so rough.
What was the name of that town?
It's Buchanan, Upshur County, but it was like Kedron. It's a little fishing community in between Elkins and Buchanan. Yeah, it was rough.
So, yeah, do you mind telling me more about that? You just picked on?
Oh, I mean, they were just super racist, super insecure about themselves. They just didn't know what the hell I was. They were like, you know what I mean? They'd never seen an African American before, unless it was on TV, maybe. At that point, and it was myself, and there was one other kid that was also biracial in all the school system in Upshur County while I was growing up. So these kids were just, I mean, they were ruthless, man.
And so, how is it that your parents happened to be there? How is it that your parents happened to be living in that area?
Oh, that's where the rest of my family is.
Huh.
So my mother just stuck close after my biological father planted me. He's kind of skedaddled, and then so my mother got with my grandmother, to kind of keep us close to the family. And
So then as a young person then in that community, were you able to develop some close friendships with some other kids?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There were a couple guys. Shane, my dude Shane and Mark, they lived in Greensboro. Almost dropping last names. Shane's long gone though. It's been a few years since he passed, but they were all into the indie rock scene and into the punk rock thing. And we rode skateboards growing up and got chased by the police and by hillbillies with ball bats and security guards. And I mean, it was really crazy growing up in that town. It was nuts. The cops would take our skateboards and fine us $250 for skating down the sidewalk, for just being on the sidewalk. So we'd have to run, or we were going to go home without a skateboard and be fined $250, and our parents were going to be livid. It's crazy.
Sounds like a police department that needs defunding. There.
Yes, it does.
There we go.
Hey, we're going to get back to Walter DeBarr here with some music. You're listening to Red Barn Radio. Great to have you guys here.
Thank you, man. The title of this song is I Got Lost.
I got lost, you got caught. Tell me how long you fought. It's a miracle. We're still alive. I got lost, you got caught. Tell me how long you fought. It's a miracle. We're still alive. Daddy worked his fingers down, oh so deep into that ground. He did it all, not making a sound, but now we hide it. I got lost, you got caught. Tell me how long you fought. It's a miracle. We're still alive. Mama smiled when the sun came out. She spent all night just dreaming about making it out somehow. But now we hide it. I got lost, you got caught. Tell me how long you fought. It's a miracle. We're still alive.
So the title of that song was I Got Lost. It was it's kind of about my little brother, who is someone I've grown to look up to and admire in so many different ways. Love you, Shakers. So what's the next one?
That old track.
Oh. So the title of this next song is That Old Truck. Oh, yeah. Give MacLean a second to get his... So this song's about, my grandparents used to have this old truck parked out in the middle of the field by their house, and parched. And we didn't have a lot of money growing up, so my little brother and I would get in this truck when we were little, and we would drive places. We'd drive to the ocean because we had never seen it, and we would drive to California, where we thought everything would be so much cooler. We'd drive to the moon, to the stars. Anywhere we could dream. So the title of this song is That Old Truck.
Your daddy used to say, oh, when you grow up, you're gonna break hearts, find a love worth fighting for, and fight some more. Mama said, sunshine, when you grow up, you have to leave behind ones you love to be something beautiful. I feel broke down, that old truck don't run well. I remember thinking my wheels don't turn like we did before. I feel broke down, that old truck don't run well. I remember thinking my wheels don't turn like we did before. This old road's ran out. I can't see very far ahead. I can't hear the words you said anymore. I feel broke down. That old truck don't run well. I remember thinking my wheels don't turn like they did before. I feel broke down, that old truck don't run well. I remember thinking my wheels don't turn like we did before. I feel broke down, that old truck don't run well. I remember thinking my wheels don't turn like we did before.
All right, cool. Well, thank you guys. You guys still with us? All right. Oh, heavy?
like a pitch black hearse, heavy like the words you said. They beat around in my head, heavy like at night when I'm trying to sleep. Lay down with me. Like a pitch black hearse, heavy like the words you said. They beat around in my head, heavy like at night when I'm trying to sleep. Laying down in bed. I'll see you again. Heavy like a Bible verse, heavy like a pitch black hearse, heavy like the words you said. They beat around in my head, heavy like at night when I'm trying to sleep. Laying down in bed.
Woo!
Thank you, guys. Thought that song was heavy.
All right. Red Barn Radio is brought to you with the help of Chef Greg Scott and Broussard's Delta Kitchen, featuring authentic flavors of New Orleans and the Mississippi Delta on Main Street in historic Georgetown, Kentucky. Broussard's is also on Facebook. Our program is also brought to you by ACCUPRINT, providing printing, design, and fulfillment. They're online at accuprint.us. And now welcome back to tonight's Red Barn Radio program. Red Barn Radio is coming to you live from the Performance Hall at Arts Place here in the great city of Lexington, Kentucky. Please welcome back to the Red Barn stage, Walter DeBarr.
Okay. Well, hey, guys. Title of this next song is Oceans. I wrote this song for my daughter, Josie Marie, who I love dearly. If you're listening, Josie, I love you.
One of these days you'll grow up tall and you have a smile like your ma and pa, and you'll know in your heart. And one of these days you'll meet a man and he'll come ask me for your hand, and I'll smile inside for you. Just remember that oceans and the deep blue sea couldn't keep you away from me. Just remember that oceans and the deep blue sea couldn't keep you away from me. One of these days he'll break your heart, and you'll feel so torn apart. Remember, home is in my arms. One of these days you'll just feel blue. Remember, it ain't nothing you do. The world sometimes just gets us down. Just remember that oceans in the deep blue sea couldn't keep you away from me. Just remember that oceans in the deep blue sea couldn't keep you away from me.
So the title of that song was Oceans. If you're a parent, you'll get it. I'm sweating to deep. Who's turning it? Halo's broke. You guys remember this one? I think that's what it does. The thing. Title of this next song is Halo's Broke. We hope you guys dig it.
Grabbed that 45 and headed out the door. I said, baby brother, don't you worry, them boys ain't gonna bother you no more. Your mama just smiled as she always did. She said, you're taking care of family, gonna hang and get on kids. Grandma said, boy, your halo's broke. Keep the ones that you love as close as the ones that you don't know. Your grandma said, boy, your halo's broke. Keep the ones that you love as close as the ones that you don't know. Right back down. They put 3 of them boys' bodies in that cold, dark ground. Mama just smiled as she always did. She said, you're taking care of family, gonna hang and get them kids. Grandma said, boy, your halo's broke. Keep the ones that you love as close as the ones that you don't know. Grandma said, boy, your halo's broke. Just keep the ones that you love as close as the ones that you don't know. Get it, boy.
The title of that song was Halos Broke. Thank you, guys. That one used to be our closer. Pamela and I would play it together, and we'd really rock that one out. I'll buy it to you. All right, what's the next one?
Outrun the rain.
Black Swan. So the title of this next song is Black Swan. Yeah. And it's about being different, man. Oh yeah, that's yeah.
Walking away from everything you've ever wanted. Smile on your face, yeah, Lord, it's haunted in time. You're here. See you smiling, but you're laughing just to keep from crying. You said that love inside of you, it's dying in time. You're here. So be that black swan, here with no friends in that pond. Low to bottom never ends, and you're sinking, and you're sinking. I see you smiling, but you're laughing just to keep from crying. You say that love inside of you, it's dying time. You're here. With hands of steel, he said this life, it just don't feel real in time. You're here. Your mom was always smiling if that sun, boy, it was shining. She said there ain't no sense in lying in time. You'll feel. So be that black swan, yeah, with no friends in that pond. Low to bottom never ends, and you're sinking, and you're sinking. I see you smiling, but you're laughing just to keep from crying. You say the love inside of you, it's not in time. You're here.
Thank you guys so much.
Hey, we're here with Walter DeBarr and his great band tonight, and I want to take just a few minutes to get to know everybody. I guess we may not have time to have lengthy conversations with all, but at least we'll do conversations with those of you who have a mic handy, and then I'll start by introducing the bass and drummer. J.D. Thomas is playing the bass there, and Cameron Miller is back there playing the drums. You guys are knocking it down. Sounds really good. Yeah. Great to have you guys here, and thanks for being with us.
Isn't it? It's good to play.
Oh yeah, right. You mean out? Yeah. Right.
I'm counting this as out right
Yeah, that's right. Well, you are out. You are out, and we haven't actually been. We just kicked it back in this summer. So we had some time away too, and it was really hard for us to be away from doing what we love to do, and we all missed each other. We were having meetings together as a staff online, and so it was great for us to be able to hang out again and reconnect, and so. I wonder if maybe I'll just go over to lead guitar. So that's MacLean James playing lead guitar and doing a lot of cool things over there, MacLean.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
Partner.
no, love the. I missed that.
Thanks.
Oh, all right. No, love all the textures you're bringing to the
Oh, thanks,
to the
yeah.
sound. Yeah, it's like your solos are very unpredictable, which is lovely.
It's because I never really know what's going to happen. So I put a lot of delay and, maybe a little bit of reverb and let the fingers do the talking, I guess.
Yeah. So what's who are some of the guitar players that you really like, or that you feel like you maybe emulate or learned from?
So Dave Rollins is a big influence with my acoustic playing, which you're not going to see today, unfortunately.
Well, Walter skipped one of the songs. There's probably room in there for you to throw one in.
We could do an acoustic.
He's a great influence. He's a great influence.
Yeah. As far as electric goes, one of my favorites has always been John Mayer. I know a lot of people hate him, but I think he's good at what he does.
Why do people hate John Mayer, do you think?
Yeah, they're jealous of him,
that.
and so am
Yeah.
I. So, but yeah, I don't know. I see him a lot in concert when I can, when there's not a pandemic, and I look at all his videos, and that's really just a big that's a big influence.
Yeah, well, he's a wonderful player, and he is remarkably talented and handsome at the same time. So he's got all that going for him. Those are good, but yeah, love your playing and love what you bring. What instrument is that? Is that a Mustang?
This is a
No.
Duosonic. It was originally introduced in like the 50s, 60s as like a student instrument model. They discontinued it for a while, but then they brought it back, and it's a relatively cheap guitar that's very well made, and I love it.
Do you have to go back and get one of the old vintage ones for it to be really cheap and well made?
I don't think so. I mean, there's a lot to be said for vintage instruments, but there's also, sometimes you have a lot of hardware issues, things you have to fix. This is not a vintage. This is just within the last few years.
But it's an American-made.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, everything's new, so I don't really have to worry about it.
Would you ever buy a Squier Fender?
Would I ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I haven't. Somehow I kind of missed the whole getting a Squier part of my guitar career.
Right. It's sort of like that's right. It's sort of like the building block.
But I know a lot of people who play Squiers and swear by them, and I'd say a guitar, a lot of it has to do with the player. I mean, you are going to have guitars that aren't going to sound good no matter who's playing them.
Sure, yeah, right.
But for the most part, I think you could get pretty much any Squier and make it sound comparable to an American-made Fender.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot for your music, what you're bringing. Okay, I'm coming now around to this side, and I feel like a real dope, Stephen, because we have been emailing back and forth, and I didn't even acknowledge that when we met, and that's because I didn't make the connection.
I've actually been here once before, too, with an artist, Shaylin. She's like a singer-songwriter a couple years ago.
Oh,
So
please tell me I wasn't here. I must have
I have
been.
a forgettable face. I guess.
No. Okay, but so Stephen also plays with the ensemble called Cypress, who we just really met not long ago.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about the Appalachian Festival in a little bit. Stephen, tell us a little bit about your background, how you happened to meet Walter and Pamela.
Well, I met Walter. I met Walter through a Facebook message that I thought might be spam. No. What happened? So it was about a year ago, and I try to like advertise myself to do anything. Like I'll play anywhere, pretty much. And someone
You sound really
put-
cheap, man.
Hey, it's what you do when you're 22. Like, and Walter put up something looking for a cellist, and someone just tagged me in it. So I shot him a message, and it almost fell through. Like we couldn't find a time to meet up, and because he's in Charleston and stuff. And it really almost fell through, and I was like, you know, he's not paying me for this like directly. Like I think I
He
don't
doesn't
need
really-
to do it.
right.
You know what I mean? And but then we met up, and he's like, well, here's 35 gigs I've got booked, and I was like, great. So ever since then, which I've loved it, was like either school or work during the week, and then Friday evening I'd like leave and go play at some seedy bar with you, and then Saturday go play with someone else, and then get back Sunday at like 3 a.m. and then wake up and go do it again. So
And you like that?
I mean, yeah,
now.
I do. It's which now like it's hard to say, but it's a blessing to get to make a living creating something every day.
Yeah.
And so that's what's hard about like pandemic is like I can still make music, but is it really music if you're not playing it for people? You know, I would say no.
That's something for us to ponder.
Indeed.
So, where do you live?
I live in Huntington, West Virginia right now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And so, but the other players in Cyprus, they live.
They're all in Huntington as
Oh,
well.
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
The other two
So
are
I'm
married to
very
each other,
confused.
so it makes it easy for us.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's you get one, you get both.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a professional third wheel. That's what we say.
Well, your playing is great. Hey,
you.
you have a lot of activity going on there with the cello. We'll talk about that when you're here with Cyprus.
Yeah.
You gonna
well, I
bring
don't use this with them.
Oh,
but
you
that's
don't?
all
Okay,
right.
well then in that case we can talk about it now.
Yeah, so I'm going through a Helix, which is like a amp emulator and like pedals, but it's all digital, and I use this for guitar as well. But on cello, you may not know this, but this thing is like a feedback machine. Like it is so easy to feedback. I mean, earlier we had to change something because it wasn't working, and this
Yes,
is
the
like,
whole staff was very disgruntled when I got here.
I'm sure they were at me. It's
they were just
always
plain
and it,
sick of it.
I understand, but it's kind of uncharted territory to do like cello with this kind of stuff. There's a couple of people, but not many. So it's like I look up stuff about like mandolin, and I like hope that it transfers about my gear and all that. So it's kind of like because I'm pretty much I play this with like a fuzz pedal, so it sounds like a
Yeah.
like a rhythm guitar pretty much, and sound guys never know what to do with it. And they're like, I'll just mute that.
Do
So-
something else. Show folks a couple of other sounds you get out of those.
All right, so this is the one everyone.
Uh-huh.
So that
heavy
and then
metal
you've got,
cello.
clean stuff.
Oh, please don't play that song. No. Sorry.
So I can kind of do it both ways.
No, not that.
That's like Wonderwall for the cello, just in
That's
case you
right,
were
I know.
wondering.
It's it's a beautiful sound. And before the program began, I said to Stephen, I said, well, Stephen, do you need this chair over here? And he said, no, I think I might stand up. And I said, well, really, you stand sometimes? He goes, yeah, it's a lot cooler.
I'm not working with much here, so I gotta be as cool as I can. I play the cello after all.
Stephen, it's great to meet you. And
Thank you.
great to have you. Look forward to seeing you in just a couple of weeks. Yeah,
August-
you're open
August 5th.
opening the new Red Barn radio season. Okay, and now we're circling now around to the front. Pamela, we haven't spoken to you yet, and I'm dying to know how you met Walter.
Well, it's kind of a funny story. I was,
Oh, good. Funny stories play well on the radio.
I was actually, I don't know, just on the internet one day, and I found one of his videos, and I sent it to a friend, and I was like, here's kind of a local guy that he's really good. And about 30, this was a YouTube video that I sent via like text message to a friend, and about 30 minutes later, about 30 minutes later, out of nowhere, he sent me a message on Facebook Messenger and said, yeah, and which normally I probably would have completely ignored, but I was like, well, I just shared this guy's music, so maybe the universe is trying to tell me something, and I responded, and we started talking and met up at the coffee shop a few weeks later or something, and have pretty much been attached at the hip ever since, I think.
Yeah. So what happened? I'm just curiosity. What happened at the coffee shop when you guys met? What was the connection? Did you feel like right away?
I mean,
Can you articulate it?
I don't know. I went and sat at the table, which later he told me was his favorite table. I didn't know. And he and he walked up and he's just, he's incredibly good looking and has a great smile and he just sat down and he's very charismatic and we just started talking and laughing at each other, and then I think we went and got Indian food from there, and that was, the rest is history, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. And are you guys married?
No.
Okay, so
no.
but you guys have kids, take care of kids together.
We have 4 kids between us.
Yeah. So tell us about that.
So I have a 7-year-old, and his name's Abraham, and he's with us every other week. And he has 3 kids, Shaden, Skylar, and Josie. And they live a little farther away, so we don't get to have them quite as often.
How far away are they?
It's about a 2.5 hour drive.
Okay, yeah.
So, but they come and stay with us occasionally, or we go up there and grab them and hang out. And they're a little older, so sometimes they've got friends to hang out with and other things to do besides hang out with their parents.
Yeah, sure, I get it. So I kind of get the impression that you guys do a really nice job of tag teaming the business of the band and the business of Walter's career and his music and getting stuff out there. How does that work?
Well, when we started, that's really how I came into it, and was just like, I do marketing and business development for a living, and so I said, let me help you, let me connect you with a photographer friend I have, and let me connect you with some other people I know, and let's make you a website, and so I started doing all that with them, and then I'm the behind the computer kind of introvert, like let me do all this stuff back here. He's really the people person, and so he's the one that reaches out and gets the gigs and talks to the people and makes the connections and brings the cellist on board and, and all the people stuff. That really that's Walter, and then the more like technical kind of things I wrote his bio and made the website and do the press releases and that kind of thing. So.
Well, I mean, all that's like hugely important, and it's a great way to work it together. And you guys do a great job of, I mean, just the media that's out there, Walter's media and website and the social media promotion and everything is just really, really solid, and
we really are different in a lot of ways, and it makes us a really good team because I want to like wait and think about it and figure it out, and sometimes that takes me way too long, and he, as soon as he has an idea, he goes and does it. So he makes sure stuff happens.
Yeah.
And I try to make sure it's all our ducks in a row.
Yeah, well, good. Well, both things are important. Let's talk about how we all met, which was the Appalachian Festival that you guys organized. Tell listeners about. A lot of listeners know about it because they were listening in part of it. They were such a great crowd that became involved in that. But tell folks how that came to be.
That really came out of the coronavirus. We were staying at home and lost all of our gigs that we had planned for the spring and fall. We were working on some tours that ended up not being able to happen, and Walter just, one day he had an idea. He's like, what if we put together a folk festival? And this is him having an idea. I mean, well, first we have to do this, and then we have to think about, and 30 minutes later, he's already getting it started. So then I'm scrambling to make the page, and he's already contacted people to be on the festival with us. And so we did 3 of them, and it was kind of a full-day live stream festival. The first one, I think we had 12 artists maybe, and then the second 2, we had 11 artists for each one, and gave everybody a 45-minute set, and we kind of introduced people in between, and
Met Brad.
yeah.
And we met, because we got a chance to be part of that by co-hosting, and that was great. It was great for us too, because we were really looking for some ways to connect with people and to stay visible ourselves, and it was just a wonderful thing, the way it all kind of came together.
Yeah, it was really neat. We met a lot of really neat people through that. through that process, and it was a nice way to keep ourselves busy, a little too busy at some points, and
I imagine you were really, really busy because we felt busy just that one weekend that we were all involved in it and sort of present and whatnot. I mean, it was busy. That felt busy for me, and I was just imagining that you guys were going through all kinds of things.
Yeah, because we sat through every performance and made sure that we were sharing the streams and talking and chatting and being a part of it. And
well, great job, great job, and a lot of wonderful players. And I met you, Stephen, and it was great. Yeah. Hey, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your plans for videography. I was on your website. I was looking at some of your videos. A lot of them are live performance videos, but then there are also a couple of videos. You have one where you're playing by the railroad tracks. Which song is that?
That's Oceans.
Oceans. Okay, right. And I really loved watching that video, and I'm mentioning this because I think it'd be good for folks who are listening to go and check that out. It's just a neat idea how you took just the last maybe 20 seconds of the video and showed some of the landscape of that area. And
Boone County. That was Draven.
What was that?
That was Draven, my buddy. He owns Radio West Virginia.
Uh-huh.
And he actually got a hold of me one day and was like, "You want to shoot a video? This is what I do." And he did, and ended up with like well over 100,000 views, and it's been shared like 1,500 times or something. And Draven's incredible, man. He's super young too. He's like 22, 23, and we got really close. And he's just incredible.
Did you choose the places?
No,
was that all his business?
That was all his setup, his idea. It's actually his hometown, so it was that one was really sentimental to him.
And the video that you made based on the song "I Won't," that it said that it featured somebody named Hillary Brewster.
Oh yeah,
Tell me about that video.
So I did a guy named, what was Mark's last name? I want to say Kearns. He got a hold of me and wanted to shoot a video, and I was like, "Yeah, let's try it." He was like, "I really like I Won't." He was like, "It has."
He wanted
really
to shoot
good
a video
message.
of one of your songs.
Yeah. And so the message was supposed to be, don't give up. Let's not give up. So he did this post-apocalyptic scene, like through the whole video of this chick that's struggling, like to make it out of the it was just a crazy video. But I mean, he did really good. You know what I mean? I loved it.
Yeah, I just really enjoyed those, and I think you ought to experiment more with that. And I know that's time consuming, and it also takes money to make videos.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, you present in a really interesting way, and the West Virginia landscape is so compelling. And anyway, I just loved it. Really liked it.
Thank
It
you so
really
much,
works
man.
really works with your music.
That means a lot.
The song "Best I Can." Is that on your set list?
No.
Oh, great song. Tell us about that song anyway, though, because
Best I Can?
Yeah, because it's
It's
a
on the
pretty
record.
special song. Yeah.
Yeah, so Best I Can is a song I wrote. It was the last thing I said to my mother before she passed was that I was going to do the best I can. And in the song, I talk about my dad, like after, she passed, he's talking about, you got to get the tears out of your eyes. You got to pick yourself up and go, And there's a line on it where it's where my dad was telling me to wipe the tears out of my eyes. And then there's also a line about my little brother who he felt really bad after Mom passed. I mean, we all did, but he was in Iraq or Afghanistan with the Marine Corps when she did. Well, when she got sick, and he didn't feel like he got a lot of time with her. So there's a line in there about my little brother, he's locked up and put away, and I haven't seen him, to this very day. And the chorus, "Best I Can," is I'm doing the best I can. And it's just the last thing I said to my mama, man. So I had to do something with it. So that song's actually on the EP.
Yeah.
While We Break.
Yeah. I think that's where I heard it. I was shuffling through those songs on the EP. That's a great tune. It's like a really great one day at a time tune.
Yeah.
We do the best we can,
That's it.
What have you guys learned? What have you guys learned about, you know, about being adults from working with children, having children around, and what do you bring to your songwriting from that?
Oh my gosh, my kids, I wrote Oceans,
Yeah.
which is for my daughter Josie. The boys they're in so much of my music, but it's just, I mean, when I see my kids now, I think about when I was their age and how different times are, but my sons are dealing with the same racism and they're like blonde hairs, blonde afros and blue eyes, and I mean, you can't even tell if they got a tan. and they're hearing the N-word and stuff, and it's just crazy. So I really just try to keep the music focused on helping people be a little more optimistic, Rand. And how can you not be optimistic when you have a handful of crazy little turds running around the house? Our kids are insane. Hers is so good.
Well,
my three are nuts.
Well,
No, they're great. I have really good kids, man.
you know, it is, but it is hard. It is hard to be optimistic in these times, but you are,
Yeah.
and
All the time.
and yeah, and your
Well,
music
all the
is, and your band is, and it's really great to have you guys here. I'm glad we
We've got
could
some good
spend
guys.
really. Yeah, you do have some good guys. I'm so glad we could spend some time. I look forward to being with you more.
I can't wait.
And we'll do that. So, but let's get back to music with Walter DeBarr and his band on Red Barn Radio.
Right. Nobody knows?
Nobody knows.
So the title of this next song is Nobody Knows. Tracks and out in the water, said she calling your name, but ain't nobody live that way. Calling your name, ain't nobody live that way. Back home, said the money's all gone and I'm alone again. Ain't nobody live that way. Dead on the tracks and out in the water, said she calling your name. Ain't nobody live that way. Blood at night, blood at dawn, look for loving, but you found all the loving was gone its way. But ain't nobody live that way. Ain't nobody live that way. So the title of that song was Nobody Knows. This is the first time this is the first show we played together, all together, as one. Oh, Have Faith in Me. So the title of this next song is Have Faith in Me.
that falls and breaks my crooked smile. She says it happens to the best of us every once in a while. Load the miles I've put on this soul's too much to count. It's when you've lost everything you have is when you're found. Oh, please have faith in me. That leaf in the river gets to where it's gone. I've been laying here dreaming all night of a better dawn. But there's a smile across your face I ain't seen in days. Lord, I'm falling so hard for your wicked ways. Oh, please have faith in me. Falls and breaks my crooked smile. She says it happens to the best of us every once in a while. Though the miles I put on this soul's too much to count. It's when you've lost everything you have, it's when you're found. Oh, baby, have faith in me. Lord, please have faith in me.
Oh, yeah, we can do that one. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and do Outrun the Rain now. Wait, are we for sure playing encore? Oh, yeah, well, we're just going to play as this guy. What's that? We're going to play as this guy.
Okay, if you need something else for an encore.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, what? What do you guys want?
I have never played this. But I'm down to do it.
Let's have Outrun the Rain.
Yeah, we're going to do Outrun the Rain. You guys ready? How the song's Outrun the Rain, guys. Polyester sheets were always stained. You used to laugh and say you'd outrun the rain. And some things in this life don't ever change. We can never outlive the pain. I know you wish you could. You're mine. Outrun the rain just for tonight.
shelf. You always were afraid to be yourself. That old red dress you never wear, and that bow still in your hair. Yeah, I know you wish you could. I know you hope you might outrun the rain just for tonight. I know you wish you could. I know you hope you might outrun the rain just for tonight. Yeah, I know you wish you could. I know you hope you might outrun the rain just for tonight.
We'd like to thank Walter, Pamela, MacLean, Cameron, Stephen, and JD for being with us this evening. We thank also our volunteers and staff for their help in making our production happen each week. Thank you all for listening to our webcast, watching us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram, and those listening to us on the Red Barn network of stations. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn Radio's official radio partner, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. It's your chance to hear more great live Kentucky music from Red Barn Radio and WEKU. Red Barn Radio, roots music, Southern style. Red Barn Radio comes to you from our home, the Arts Place Performance Hall in downtown Lexington, Kentucky. Our website has updates and further information on our program. We're on the web at redbarnradio.com. Hey, next week on the Red Barn stage, we have Don Rogers and the Apostle Billies. Don Rogers is a Southern sage. He's a masterful storyteller. His songs weave a unique commentary and perspective from rural American life with humor and real down-to-earth perspective in great measure. The Apostle Billies are an all-star group of players, and their new album is being recorded down in Whitesburg, Kentucky with Kenny Miles of Wayne Graham, who will be here with us in September. This is going to be a show to remember. Join us on our live stream next week as we host Don Rogers and the Apostle Billies. And folks, the music's not over yet. We're going to get one more from Walter DeBarr and his band here on the Red Barn stage. Glad you guys could be with us tonight.
We're so glad.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. Ty, this song is Eyes to the Sky. You never were the kind to try, and you never, ever, ever said goodbye. I keep my eyes to the sky, don't stop for anything. I keep my eyes to the sky, don't stop for anything. Burn
till the cold comes in and chills me to my bones. I keep my eyes to the sky, don't stop for anything. I keep my eyes to the sky, don't stop for anything. Never be afraid. I keep my eyes to the sky, don't stop for anything. I keep my eyes to the sky, don't stop for anything.
All right. Hey, that's Walter DeBarr and his band, and that's all from Red Barn Radio for this week. You can see and hear us worldwide as we stream live on the web on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram, Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern in North America. Be sure to check out all of our social media for updates and upcoming schedules. And now from all of us here at Red Barn Radio to all of our friends worldwide, it's our hope that you have a great week and keep working together to stay safe and healthy. Until next time, good night from all of us here at Red Barn Radio.